Good evening, everyone. I am Donald Barnes. We also have Harvey Davis, who will be helping to facilitate the meeting tonight. Unfortunately, Debbie had um, something else to take her away this evening, so Harvey and I will move forward with the meeting. As we do in customary form, let's start off tonight in the same way with a word of prayer. And Father, thank you for bringing us back together again. Thank you for the love, the compassion, the workmanship, the care for the betterment of our community. We thank you. We ask you to continue to guide us in the right way. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So with that being said, I do have somewhat of an agenda that Debbie did leave, and start off with the presentation or the updates from the fire and police departments. Then we will have a word from Ms. Warren, Fulton County School update. After her, we'll go into community activities. Stephanie Hudson will do that for us. I'm not sure if Stephanie is on the line as of yet. Then followed by developmental projects, we have Hakeem Hilliard and we have Quentin Hurd, who will be coming before us tonight. Followed up by community development updates. I know that Councilmember Rao will not be here tonight, but she did send some updates for me to share with you. And I am unsure about Councilmember Grums. I know there's a lot of events going on tonight that they may be tied up on, but nonetheless, after the community updates, community and development updates, then we will turn it over to Ms. Marilyn Lee, where she can speak about the membership and anything for you to know regarding the Sandtown Community Association. So with that being said, are there any questions or concerns before we get started? Going once, going twice? No? With that being said, we'll have a update presentation from fire and police. Are you guys on the call?
Yes, fire's on the call.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Let me go ahead and start. All right,
I
good
have
evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My name's Tim Roner. I'm the Assistant Chief of Fire and EMS Operations for South Fulton Fire Rescue Department. I am assigned currently as the Section Chief of the EMS Division. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things EMS wise coming up this year. I know Chief Washington spoke at your meeting last month, and I'll touch up on a couple of things on that. But 2024, we were updating our EMS initiative. Right now, we currently have two transport capable rescues that we have in service throughout the city. And we also have a 24-hour EMS captain, which is a supervisor for all EMS related issues and calls throughout the city. We started that back in July the 1st and started implementing the transport capable rescues on July the 15th. And what we do with those is they respond on high acuity calls, which we rate EMS calls by Alpha to Echo and Delta and Bravo. So as you get into the Delta and Echo level calls, those are the more critical calls. So the transport capable rescues will respond on those Delta and Echo calls. And Grady EMS being our zone provider, if for some reason they're overtaxed on calls and they don't have units available, if we have a critical patient, we can transport that if it's life threatening. So since July 1st, we've transported 4 patients so far. So the program seems to be working real well, and we're just supplementing Grady when it is needed. And also we're providing advanced and ALS coverage to all parts of the city. We're going to have a 3rd unit that'll be coming up sometime in January. And then also too, we're updating a lot of our equipment and our training. So we've currently got 10 personnel that are attending paramedic school in Fayette County. So we're excited about that. We're really trying to ramp up our EMS service. To touch on Chief Washington from last month, I know one of your members asked a question about burn permits and a website, and that's on georgiatrees.org, and you can go online and get a burn permit. And really the thing for doing that too is it can tell you whether we're burning based on wind conditions. So they kind of monitor the weather conditions all over the metro area. So we are in the burning season. The burn ban's been lifted. He updated about they're doing a remodel in Station 6 in the Cedar Grove community. We're going to be adding a new ladder truck sometime in March. That'll be down in that area. Just one more thing too. Station 4 is the fire station that serves your community. Last month they ran approximately 233 calls, so that's an average of 8 a day. So they're starting to pick up some too, getting busier coming in the winter. One big thing I want to stress to the community is it's getting cold. So if you have gas appliances, I do recommend, if you don't have one, to have a carbon monoxide alarm. If you have gas appliances or gas heat, because if you do have an issue with that, it can create carbon monoxide if it's not burning correctly. So make sure your batteries are good, and get a carbon monoxide alarm. Also, too, if you burn from your chimney, if you have a chimney and you burn raw wood, you need to have that inspected at least annually. If you burn regular, builds up what's called creosote in your chimney. So you want to make sure you have those clean, because that could be a fire hazard. Other than that, I'll take the floor open if anybody has any questions, and I appreciate y'all having me here this evening. Okay, if there's no questions, I have one more thing I'd like to say before I end. This Saturday, December the 7th, I didn't know if y'all were going to announce it, but it looks like we have a partnership between the Fire Marshal's Office and the Sandtown Association community for a toy drive and clothes collection at the Sandtown Plaza at the Publix. That'll go from 9:30 to 12:30. And this will assist. Every year we do an annual toy and clothes giveaway on Fulton Industrial to the extended stay motels. It's been a successful program. We've been doing that for years, and it really helps out all the children in the area get toys that are less fortunate and may not get a good Christmas. So I encourage people, if you're able to please stop by. We're also taking donations for toys at all the fire stations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions for fire? Excuse me. Any questions for fire? Police, you're up next. We have a representative from the City of South Fulton Police Department.
Good evening. I am here. How's everybody doing?
Hey, how's it going, Derek?
Going fine, fine. Thank you all for having me this evening. I think Chief has segued me in to start off with the cold weather. So I'll start off with the cold weather. During this time of the season, a lot of us tend to go outside and warm our vehicles early in the morning to knock the frost off and get a little heat going. Just remember, these times are when auto thefts tend to peak. So if you guys could just pass that around in your community, in your email as a reminder, to please not warm the vehicles unless that person is going to sit in that vehicle while the vehicle is warming. So we don't want to do that. Also, we kicked off our holiday detail, which started Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. We have deployed units daily in all of our plazas throughout the city, our business corridors, Cascade, Old National, Campbellton, Kemp Creek area, Cedar Grove area, and the lower end of the Fulton Industrial corridor. So we will be having this detail daily throughout the holiday season in order to safeguard and create a safe shopping environment for our citizens of South Fulton, as well as any of the citizens that want to come into South Fulton to shop. So you should be able to shop and buy those last minute ingredients for the Christmas season, and make the real potato pies and not use the Patti LaBelle potato pies. So please indulge. Also, I like to mention that we will also host we will host a function on the 17th of December. We will also be feeding and passing out toiletries to those individuals at the extended stay motel on Shirley Drive. This will take place on December 17th from 12 to 4 p.m. And lastly, we are completing the second and final Citizens Academy for this year, 2024. If any of you have not attended our Citizens Academy, I would encourage you all to take a look into joining one of those academies next year. I will keep you posted on when that academy will start for the upcoming year of 2025. But it just gives you the opportunity to see how we function day to day to ensure that we are safe and providing the outstanding service that our citizens of South Fulton desire. Also, it gives us the opportunity to get feedback from you all and learn a little bit more of what it is we're not doing so that we can always strive to do what we need to do, again, to better serve you all. So again, just have a safe holiday season. Remember when you're out shopping as well, please do not lock your gifts inside of your vehicles. Have a designated person to sit in the car while the other run in the store and grab some other things, because sometimes the vehicles are broken into, but we have these safeguards in place with the extra patrols. So we're hoping that we're going to deter a lot of that this holiday season. And with that, your stats look good. Not much crime going on in District 1 or in the Sandtown community. And I'll take any questions if anyone has any questions.
Floor is open for questions for police department. Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Going once, going twice. Thank you, Derek, for your report.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. And again, happy holidays.
And as always, be safe out there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And you guys be careful you as well.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Next up, everyone, we have a word from our school, Fulton County School Representative, Ms. Warren. Followed by that, we'll have Stephanie Hudson, who will be bringing the community activity. So, Ms. Warren.
Absolutely. Good evening, everyone. Please forgive me. I am on my way to basketball practice, but I wanted to hop on and talk to you guys. A couple of exciting things that are happening. You will see tomorrow our CCRPI scores will come out for the state of Georgia. South Fulton residents will be pleasantly surprised. All of our schools have gone up tremendously. Earlier this week, we had the bottom 25% of schools that were released, and there were none in District 1. And none in District 4 that I represent, which is the Langston, Westlake, and Creekside community. And we are, with the release of our scores on Friday, we're going to see a lot of schools that have moved into the B category, high B category. This is important because on Monday, we have changed our policy on how kids transfer. It used to be based on program. So we would have several different programs that parents could apply to get their kids. Due to our last redistricting and just understanding how valuable it is for students to not be in overcrowded schools, all programming, all transfers are based on space. So Monday, the list will be released. There are several elementary schools and middle schools on there. And I suspect because so many of our schools have done so well academically, that we will be having people wanting to come to our schools. There's a process. The applications open on December 9th and they close on January 15th. This is a really good point for parents who may have a rising ninth grader who are thinking about coming to, whether it be Westlake, whether it be Langston, is that if you are zoned for the school, you are automatically in. And if you are not zoned to the school, we do not like to get within 95% of the projections so that we can make sure that the schools aren't overcrowded by people coming in. So it's going to be exciting. It's the first time that we have done transfers this way, but we think it's the fair thing to do so that we're not overcrowding schools based on where people want to go to school. In mind for that, tonight we have Langston Hughes High School girls flag football and Westlake High School girls flag football who are competing for state. It is a girls sport, flag football. They are playing right now. And so we're excited for them. We also have tomorrow night where Langston Hughes High School will go to the Final Four for football. We have several things going on. Cliftondale Elementary School just got back from their state beta convention where they swept the awards with 12 awards in academic and athletic events. And so we just have a lot of good things happening. We have about 2 weeks left before school is out. Please, 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 if you are a parent, please look on Infinite Campus and Canvas to see if you have any missing grades. We want to end the year in a positive manner. So look at the grades, send emails, try to spend these last 2 weeks really staying on top of it. And I will pause to see if there are any questions that people have. If there are no questions, I will leave my email in the chat for anybody. Remember, on Monday, you will see it all over Fulton County Schools social media channels. It is the start of the application for parents to apply for their kids to attend other than their home school. The process starts with them applying for the school, then they can apply for the program that's in the school. For example, if you wanted to get into Westlake, but you did not live in the Westlake zone, but you lived in the Fulton County zone, you would apply on Monday if Westlake has space. Then once you got into the school, you would then apply for the magnet program. But other than that, I will leave my email in the chat. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. You're on mute, Mr. Barnes. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Let me come off me. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do, Miss Warren, and always keeping us updated. I know you're rushed to go to a second event, and we wish you the best during this holiday season.
Absolutely. Same to everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night. Next up, we have Stephanie Hudson. I'm sorry, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you. Happy holidays, everyone.
Likewise.
This is the season for giving. So the Sandtown Association is partnering with the fire department, as was mentioned earlier. This is our third year partnering with the fire department for the clothing and toy drive, and it will be this Saturday, December 7th from 9:30 to 12:30 at the Publix in Sandtown Crossing. They're in real need of clothing for the children, outerwear, coats, toys, coats, hats, gloves. That's the real need, but we are accepting all clothing for all ages. So if you could dig down deep and add this to your Christmas list, we'd appreciate it. Clothing and toys. And again, this Saturday from 9:30 to 12:30 at the Publix. So you'll see the fire truck there, and you just drive up, drop off your clothes, and keep going. And also, if you miss this, they have you could take it to most of the fire departments up until December 20th. If you want someone to pick it up, you know, we could make arrangements for that. So please donate to this wonderful drive that the fire department does every year. Thank you. Any questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie. Happy holidays to you. Next up, we would have the updates on the OR. We'll have discussion on development projects. First up, we have Hakeem Hillard with Hutch Development. Hakeem?
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you
Yes,
fine.
Okay. Thank you
You
so
are-
much.
You're
I-
also
I-
able to share any documents you want.
Okay. I think I have a short, but I think hopefully a pleasing report for you all. I am here this evening on behalf of Hutch Development. You all, many of you, I recognize some of the faces on here that were participating in the discussion with this project when it was rezoned a couple of years ago. It's a mixed-use project at the corner of Campbellton Road and Camp Creek Parkway. The development is planned currently is to begin construction. They're in the permitting process currently. They closed on the property not too long ago, so they're all in and moving forward with the project. But they're in the permitting process. We anticipate that there's going to be breaking ground in terms of doing some land disturbance beginning it's sometime in the middle part of next year. If you all have been paying attention to the meetings of the City of South Fulton Development Authority, you'll know also that we've been working with them about creating a TAD for this area to assist them. And it's not money coming from the city, as you know how TADs work. It's a tax abatement for a period of time that allows you to get support in doing some of the improvements. And the significant one that this project involves is a roundabout, a multi-lane roundabout. And so that's a significant part of the project that's going to drive that. And so we're really excited about that. And we wanted to come and share with you that the project is moving. I think because there's been some stops and starts and delays along the way, that there was some concern that this project may not move forward. It's absolutely moving forward. And we hope going forward now we can start providing you regular updates about our progress along the way. As you know, there's a residential component and then there's a commercial component. And so we are talking to potential commercial and retail tenants that we believe are aligned with some of the things that we heard people wanted to see in the meetings that we had. Nobody is kind of locked in completely yet, but we're working towards that right now. And we will stay in touch with you as we go. And we develop options about how we're going to proceed in that way. But we're here really to answer any questions that you might have about the process. But otherwise, we had not been back before you in some time while we're working through some of these issues with the timetable. But we are moving forward now. So happy to answer any questions that you have about the project. Otherwise, you can count on us to be here back to you regularly going forward as the project moves forward.
Thank you. Any questions for
you.
Hutch Development?
I have
Well, I'm very-
questions.
Go ahead.
Who's paying for the construction of the roundabout? Is it GDOT, City of South Fulton? Who's paying for it, or are y'all paying for it? Who's paying for it?
Hutch Development is paying for it, and then one of the reasons they're getting the TAD, and I mean, we talk about how the Hutch is paying the cost of the roundabout. That's their cost. Yes, nothing, no cost to the city on that. We committed to do it as a condition of the project, and we're going to make it happen.
So no taxpayer money from City of South Fulton is coming out of it?
Not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Speak up. I've been excited about this for a couple of years, and I've been participating as Hakeem shepherd us through the process. So I want to make sure someone else has the opportunity to just understand this project, which is a development of regional impact. And what that says is that they had to go through a lengthy process with GDOT and the ARC and all manner of folks before they even presented it to the city. It's been about 2 years now since it was approved. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So, a lot of us are like, hey, can't wait.
We are excited, and thank you for sharing that, Harvey, because there was a parallel, more expansive review because of the size of the project. The development of regional impact required them to look at the transportation and other issues that are come along with the development of this size, so that there were not just project improvements that supported this immediate vicinity, but system improvements that might be needed in other parts of the city of South Fulton. So it really is these projects, while everybody doesn't like these giant projects, they do give an opportunity to give useful data to the city as it's developing our other parts of the city as a part of this. So this is one that we think is significant. The roundabout, we think, is going to make a huge difference. It's a significant one, and we're looking forward to bringing it online along with the rest of the project.
And as background, we define that interchange as a mixed-use development node with the ARC back in the day. So basically, when you have mixed-use development nodes, it defines where you want the commercial to be, and hopefully has residential component as this does, so that people are in a position to walk to the places that they do business with.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to it. My only concern just is that roundabout has got to be there, because Reynolds Road right now at the intersection is horrible. And they have severe accidents about every week at that location. So I thought y'all probably would have broke ground by now, but I'm glad to hear it's coming up soon. But I just want to make sure that roundabout will be there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It is absolutely a condition of the project, and it has been difficult to try to figure out, because of the size of the roundabout, how to make it work and how to orient buildings on the site because of that. But it's a condition. You all may recall that we're participating in the conversation when it was zoned. Is GDOT also recommended that we do a vehicular access point between the site and the neighborhood subdivision just south of it. And the neighbors there didn't want to have the cut through traffic, even though they recommend that at GDOT. And so what we agreed to was to eliminate the drive access and make a bridge, pedestrian bridge only, that effectively the community has access to the key. So it's not going to be necessarily inaccessible unless the community decides they're going to use it. So. And so we are absolutely implementing that condition.
That's good. Well, I don't think y'all have any problem with getting property right there. If that's necessary. I don't know what GDOT is requiring, but
Right.
I think it's pretty go ahead that people want that roundabout at the location.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To give people perspective, part of Blueprint Sandtown some 20 years ago was for the roundabout that we have on Campbellton and New Hope and Boat Rock. And one thing that I will tell you is that GDOT does extensive traffic simulations and the like. So the roundabout that they put in was almost $9 million. And the professional engineer's expertise ended up being an incredible implementation. We were asking for it in our association before they had the first roundabout in the state of Georgia. And once they discovered the utility and the benefit, they've been building them like gangbusters. I see a question here. Is this Birdie's?
There's one question.
Yeah, the roundabout's going to be on Campbellton Road and Reynolds Road, essentially.
Okay, thanks. And that's going to be starting soon, that project? You guys?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Oh, I was just saying, in that project you guys mentioned, because I'm sorry, I came in late. You mentioned that it's going to be starting pretty soon with the roundabout Reynolds and Campbellton.
Well, we're working on the timetable, and we'll update you on them about that. It's kind of a moving target because we're trying to coordinate with the Georgia Department of Transportation about that. They've got primary say on how this is going to work. So, but we are ready to do that. But in the meantime, if you missed that, we are beginning the grading on the site generally in beginning middle of next year.
Okay. And sorry, because catching up or whatever. But I wanted to ask one more thing. You guys work with like the roads and so forth, and projects with the roads for the most part?
So Hutch Development is a development company that develops projects like the one that's being developed here. Commercial, residential, there's several components, and we can distribute a site plan after this meeting, so you have it if you haven't seen that. But that's kind of their business model is what they do. And so the roadway part of it is because of the size of the project, it required a broader review beyond the city of South Fulton, because the city of South Fulton has its own transportation department that looks at this. But because of the size, it's gone beyond that, and the Georgia Department of Transportation, Georgia Regional Transportation Authority, Atlanta Regional Commission, everybody's looking at it. And so there's the city gets the benefit of these several levels of review and doing that. And that's one of the reasons I think the roundabout development has been slowed a little bit. But we've got the plans for that. We know what it's going to look like and how it's going to orient on the property, and we can share that information with you. I'll follow up this call with some of that documentation for you all to review.
Okay, thank you. And then I guess later on, if there's a Q&A, can I ask about like if they're also going to include like street lights or whatever, or like for the roads, like in Sandtown area, Fulton Industrial, like going further down, like
Well,
past
yes, I mean their development site is the acreage that's a part of this project, but I mean adjacent to that, wherever appropriate, is directed by the city. There's going to be lighting. We're going to make sure there's adequate lighting.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Mr. Hilliard, thank you a lot for presenting tonight. We'll look forward to the next update.
Thank you for having me.
Any
I'm
idea
sorry?
when the next update will be? Will it be on a monthly basis or?
I don't. I mean, I'll. What I can do is check in with you all as we proceed, and before your meeting, and I can, if that's okay. I don't think next month is going to be any new information, but certainly as we have new information, we'll reach out to you and try to get on your calendar.
Perfect. Appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you much, and then enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Same to you.
Next up, Quentin Hurd. Did you make it on the call tonight, Quentin? Quentin wanted to discuss a mural project in South Fulton. Quentin? Unfortunately, Quentin did not make it. Councilmember Gomes?
I think there's an event that all the council is dealing with. I think tonight is the Christmas tree lighting at City Hall. And I know Councilwoman Rowell had 3 events tonight, so.
That was last night. The Christmas lighting.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was last night.
Okay, great. Well, I will look to see the pictures from communications.
So next up, I'll go ahead and give the updates from Councilmember Rowell. I'm looking to see if our state rep made the call tonight. Roger Bruce, he did not. I don't see him on the call. Once I make these updates, then next up will be Ms. Marilyn. How you doing, Ms. Marilyn? So the updates from Councilwoman Rowell follows as Enid Road will reopen on December the 16th. The final project will be completed in January after the sidewalks are installed. An additional funding is in the 4-year 25 budget, which will bring sidewalks along Enid Road from Campbellton Road to connect with the new sidewalks being installed near the the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. Next up, District 1 Holiday Party will be held on December the 18th, 2024 at the Southwest Arts Center. Reserve your tickets The event will feature dinner, great fellowship, and live entertainment from Opus 23. Opus 23. Next, there will be a groundbreaking for the New Hope Sidewalk the first week in January and grand opening of the Park Rangers office in the lower level of the Sandtown gym. Next, there will be a grand opening for the City of South Fulton Municipal Court on December the 12th, 2024. Information is provided in the newsletter. Next up, Sandtown Park is currently undergoing a renovation. The goal is to complete the work by the end of January with new fencing, signage, skybox, and renovated concession stands, grilling areas, and restroom. Landscaping enhancements will be completed in the spring, but some tree pruning may occur during the dormant season. And finally, the City Hall at 5440 Fulton Industrial has undergone a complete renovation, and we will have a grand opening for it in January. All city council meetings and appointed board meetings will be held there going forward. Are there any questions, any comments? To keep updated with the activities that are going on in District 1, if you have not, I will encourage you to please sign up for the newsletter. Councilmember Rawl keeps that updated and should keep us abreast of everything that is going on. So, are there any other questions regarding the update?
You said where is the board meeting's going to be held again?
At the City Hall, 5440 Fulton Industrial.
Okay. Are they going to still be online still or no?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
Okay.
they'll still be online, but once the renovations are almost complete, and grand opening will be in January. That specific date and time will be forthcoming in the newsletter. And once that takes place, all the council meeting and appointed board meetings will take place at the City Hall.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Any other comments? Going once?
I was just gonna say, Donald, we do send out a newsletter periodically. And the best way to get on it is just to send me for now an email to harvey@sandtown.org and I'll add you. Another resource that's great is the city's website. And a lot of the information, how to sign up for council members, newsletters and the like is on that page. It's City of South Fulton GA.gov is the website. And for any parents, I encourage you to go to the school board website. That's about it.
Thanks, Harvey.
Excuse me, Councilwoman Roll sends out a newsletter every week.
Right.
So if you go to the City of South Fulton website and get her name and email address, if you get on that email list, you will, if you send them your email address, you will get newsletters every week.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. And I signed up before, but I'm gonna sign up again because I haven't gotten anything, but I remember signing up.
Yes, just sign up again. If you
Okay.
go straight to Councilwoman Roll's email
Okay.
and on the City of South Fulton website, you'll see her name, her email address, and her telephone number. But they will respond and you will get one every week.
Okay. Thank you.
We're real good about that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put
Thank you.
I'll
Thanks.
put the link in the chat
Thanks,
for
Harvey.
the council members.
Let me check to see if there's any questions in the chat while Miss Marilyn is getting ready. There are no questions. Miss Mary, I'm sorry, Miss Marilyn.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Thanks for coming on this evening. Can you all hear me?
yes.
Just wanted to let you know that you can continue to send your dues to the Sandtown community. There are $25 individual, $40 for a family, and $50 for a community organization. And just want to let you know how much we appreciate you all coming out and being a part of the Sandtown Community Association. And your input is valuable. And have a good holiday. And I will see Miss Alma Hill on Saturday at the Sandtown Plaza over there with the fire department.
You'll see me Saturday?
Is it true? With the clothing and the
No, I think
toys
that's,
for the
I
children.
think that's Stephanie.
Stephanie, I'm sorry, it is Stephanie.
I was gonna say.
I mean,
Check out my other friend Alma. Okay, so I see Stephanie Saturday at Sandtown.
well,
With the gift shop.
Miss Alvin, you're welcome to go though.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, come on.
You're welcome to go. Okay, listen, guys. It is now 7:12, and we have gone through our agenda. We have some time for open discussion if there is any. Anyone? Going once, going twice.
Did you get the information that Debbie said about next month? The meeting won't be that first. She sent the date
Yeah, the
because
meeting will
it's right
be,
around New Year, so it's going to be that next Thursday instead of that first Thursday, I think.
right. I'm pulling up the actual date now. So everybody, in January 1st falls on a Wednesday. Instead of having our meeting on January the 2nd, it will be pushed back to January 9th. So our first meeting in January will be on January 9th. Look out for the newsletter and updates from Sandtown Community to further remind you that our next meeting date will be the second Monday.
Thursday.
I mean the second Thursday in January and not the first Thursday in January as we normally do. Any questions?
Yes. I know
Yes,
I know
sir.
you guys are getting ready to stop the call. But I've been on listening. I just wanted to, since you left some room for comments, and I just wanted to say my name is Rick Ross. I am the owner of the Big Peach Running Code that's going to be at Sandtown Crossing. So I'll definitely be in the community, and I just wanted to jump on. I've been meaning to get in touch with get in touch just to let everybody know what was going on. Not sure if everybody know what's going on or have heard that we're opening up a Big Peach Running store right next door to the Arden's Garden in the Sandtown Crossing Shopping Center. So I'm the owner.
I think it was mentioned last month at our monthly meeting
Okay.
of the store opening, and I would invite you to get on the agenda to go in further details about it in our next meeting.
Absolutely. I would love to do that. I would definitely love to do that. I heard somebody ask, when is it opening? We're looking at probably doing a soft opening, actually, this month, probably towards the end of this month, and the grand opening will take place in January. So I would definitely do that. I reached back out, and I was with Councilwoman Raw last night, and I told her that I definitely wanted to just get on and just, introduce myself, and I would do it properly and set up a time so I can get on and really talk about what what we got going on in the community as well.
That's good. That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
So
Glad
I
you
see
did.
albums behind you,
I thought it was the Rick Ross.
but you don't look like the Rick Ross. Are you all cousins? I'm sorry. I
Oh,
see
there's
the
that
gold
Rick
albums.
Ross.
It's like,
Yeah.
He definitely-
I spent 37 years in the entertainment industry as a record company executive.
Okay,
So,
but you're not the Rick Ross.
I am the Rick Ross. That's the
Yes,
name
he
my mom gave me.
Well,
He's the
you're
real Rick Ross.
You're the real Rick Ross. The other one's the imposter. Okay.
I am the real Rick Ross.
He's
Yes,
the
I
real Rick Ross.
Yes, I am.
The other Rick Ross.
Well, it's nice meeting you, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to working with you all. I live in the community as well, so I'm a resident of the city of South Fulton. I'm in District 2. But I also do a lot of work at the schools. We just put a studio in Westlake High School, and we're also working with Sandtown Middles as well. So, but yeah, I love to get into it on the next call at the top of the year and really let you all know what we're doing. So,
Okay,
We
thank you.
glad to hear.
Please
Yeah.
do. Please do.
Thank you.
Yes, and
I-
also I don't have to drive to Atlanta anymore over there off P Street to big
no,
to the
no,
big
you don't. No, you
because that's
don't.
where I always drive for my shoes.
Yeah,
So
now you can come right across the street. We'll be right there serving the community.
So
okay, and then go ahead. Sorry.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's on you.
Okay, so and then the other thing, because I didn't want to ask, but now that we have this running store, like I am an avid runner, but there is no way, like it's not a lot of paths and it's dangerous to run in South Fulton. So how do I put that on the table? Like, and I also mentioned the street lights, like, if you're going down further Fulton Industrial, it's super dark down there. And I
Yeah.
know that's been a topic for years, but maybe I feel like I should press it more of a topic that and having now we have this running store. Like I want a safe place to run besides my neighborhood, which is where I do run. So
Yeah. Well, like I said, I live in Walden Park, and I run in my neighborhood. That's why I've been running for the last 20 some years. I do run on the road because I am an experienced runner, but for people who don't run, that's not good. But we have a partnership with Westlake High School. We're a supporter of the track and field booster club, so we'll be able to use the track over there. And then we're trying to create some routes and things, some safe routes. So we got a lot of things that we got planned. So we'll be having more dialogue about that as we get into it and open it up. But we definitely just want people to be active, whether you're running or walking, and we want to create those safe spaces for everybody to come out and enjoy themselves.
I also invite you to ask that question next week as we have Councilwoman Rowell on the phone. She knows of all the updates and projects that are planned for the city of South Fulton for year 25, 26. So there could be something in the works that we just don't know about in terms of a running trail, a riding trail, or something like of that sort. So I would offer you to attend and ask that question again.
okay, we'll do. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys.
No
Also,
worries.
I wanted to share that the city's got a comprehensive lighting master plan that exists. And I've not tracked the list myself because we already have them where I'd like them to be, but I'm pretty certain Fulton Industrial is going to be involved as it was annexed a number of years ago from the county.
Thanks, Harvey. Any other comments, discussion? Floor is open. Going once, going twice. It is now 7:19, and we've come to the end of our agenda for this evening. I will declare the meeting closed if there's no objections from the floor. I wish you guys a happy holiday season. Be safe, protect your belongings, lock your car, lock your doors, check your back seat for kids, keep the pets inside where it's warm. Stay safe until we come back together again on the second Thursday in January. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Happy
everyone.
holidays to you all.
Happy holidays.